get noticed, right? What am I going to do? Not that I needed to get noticed, but I hated being on the bench and not contributing to the game. And I was like, everybody's going to shit or break if I fight the fucking toughest guy. So I did, and he kicked the shit out of me. But I stood up, and when the refs came in, I got 2 in on his visor, and I fucking couldn't have been any prouder. Then they took me all. So by the time I got there at 16, and the other thing, yeah, I get there in 93, 94, and we didn't have a great team. So, which was good for me. And the guys, they went.
Ice time, right?
I mean, you want to as a teammate, you want to be a teammate. It was fortunate that I got a try playing center, left wing, and I killed penalties. I was on the power play as the year went. And about January, February, they just put all the chips into the young players. It was a great year for me, even though I got paid.
Yeah, well, great.
Hard on you with school and stuff like that, or was he like all in with hockey?
Well, no, school, he wouldn't have let me go to a place without a school. And I ended up getting my degree. It's funny, in 2009, I got a phone call, or maybe it was 2008, from the Habs front office anyway. He was Susan, last name was Cooper, you know it was my host, and I didn't even know anything. And one of them, anyway, they said, you only got like 6 months to register for school and get the rest of your school money. I didn't even really know that was in my contract. Between my agent and my dad, they must have worked something in, because a lot of the schooling, I went back and indirectly was paid for by the Canadians by that contract I had. He was always, Dad wasn't really hard on me, but I would listen though. He didn't have to tell me anything twice. I was an only child, and I really respected him. My grandfather too, on my mom's side, I had another influence, big time influence with my grandfather. My grandfather was on the HMS Bulldog that cracked the codes in the World War II, man. He lost his arm, got blown off. U571 is based on it. They kind of Americanized it, but he was up there. And like I said, my grandfather's British, I suppose, because he was born in 52. So he was over, and he started the local legion here for war vets. And it was it was like 5 doors up from my house, because he built the house, and then he started to do it. So there was always this camaraderie. And, I don't know, they would play their cards in the middle of the day. There were war vets that would hang out. I would argue early on, up until I was 12 or 13, they were more influential on my life. And I'm not saying that my pop was hard on me, but in the military, and there's a way of, I didn't fuck around. You guys want me to be here? I was in awe of their stories. I'd sit down while they were playing cards and grab them beers or whatever, tell stories, maybe shoot on the net outside. But you didn't have to tell me anything twice. So my dad was big into school, and I really don't remember getting, I'm not going to boast when I say this, I have nothing to go by, but I don't remember getting anything less than a 90. I took school really, really serious. You'd never think it, whether I played or acted off the ice, but
So, Tri-City, you go there, you rip it up, 50 goals the next year, get 100 points. You end up getting drafted 8th overall in the first round by the team you love, the Montreal Canadiens. What was that like? Did you go to the draft back then? I know when I got drafted, you didn't go. I got a letter fucking 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
That was it.
I think it was just kind of starting that everybody, a lot of people went to the draft. And then the draft for my year was in Edmonton. So
did you go?
Yeah, because playing in the Western League, I'm still the only Newfoundlander that I know of. I think I know by now that played in the Western League, at least more than 1 game or 2 games. And a lot of my teammates, like 14 players, I mentioned Surrey, Damon Langkow, and 3 of us from Tri-City.
Where's Shelley from, though?
Shelley's from Fishing Lake, really originally, up by Cold Lake. Like it's northern Alberta, but he had been living in Edmonton for a while.
Okay.
I would go there and spend time with him in the summers too, so I knew Edmonton more so than any other big city really. And I had some family there. And the Western League really supported